Hi there, it's Steph, also known as Two Happy Cats, and today we're going to be doing another Let's Play. The game that we're going to be playing is called Red Embrace Hollywood, and it's a game I really wanted to cover on my blog, but unfortunately I'm about to go on hiatus just to take a break from blogging while I study for some exams. So I thought instead it would be fun to just play it on YouTube and hopefully you guys enjoy it. Just to give a little bit of background, Red Embrace Hollywood is by indie developer group called Argent Games, and they're actually one of my favorite indie developers. They do such good boys love games, and Red Embrace Hollywood is a spin-off of their earlier game just called Red Embrace, and I think Red Embrace came out earlier this year. And if you want to try that out, the game is paid, but you can do play one route, which they've got for free. And this one, the Red Embrace Hollywood, they've only got the demo out because they're currently working on a Kickstarter. I don't really know much about Red Embrace Hollywood besides that. I've tried to in preparing for this Let's Play, I didn't want to do a lot of research on what it was about. I did want to go into it blind and take it for what it is. But I do know it's about vampires, and I do know it's supposed to be a bit more not safe for work than their other game. So let's get started. There's character customization. This is one thing I do know, is you can choose the gender and just some simple customization of your character. So you can see, oh yeah, so there's all this. Yeah, lip color, bust type. Eye color. Okay, so let's see. Let's see if I... Oh, I don't know. Okay, sorry, I should go in order. Okay, so, yep, hair color. Okay, I've got brown hair. Or do I want blue hair? Yeah, I kind of want blue hair. Okay, face type. Ooh, okay, yeah, I want red lips and eye color. Ooh. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I kind of like the green. This isn't looking like how I look whatsoever, but oh well. Maybe I should change. One of their Kickstarter goals, stretch goals, is if they get enough money, they'll be adding some more customization options. Maybe different types of hair, like longer and shorter, and accessories and stuff. So that'll be really cool. I'm still not sure what kind of hair I want. I kind of like the blue. Yeah, and I like the green eyes. Okay, we're just going to stick with this. Let's just go. Okay, let's go Steph. And yeah, so she has. So yeah, you can choose how you want your character to be identified, which is, I think, is a really cool feature. Everyone comes to Hollywood for a reason. Saints, sinners, artists, anti-artists, and all of the beautiful people in America. On September 24th, 1996, I became one of those people. But why did I go to Hollywood? Oh, okay. Let's say to become a legend. My name was going to be on everyone's lips. I wanted to be loved and hated, but most of all, I wanted to be remembered. I knew I had what it took to be a legend, but now I just had to make everyone else understand. Of course, that was just the reason why. The how, that was something different. I came to Hollywood as... Oh, okay, so do I want to be an artist, a visionary, or a rebel? I'm kind of torn between visionary and rebel. Let's go visionary. I felt compelled to share my ideas, expose secrets, and ask questions about the world. Being a skeptic wasn't just fun, it was necessary. Someone had to blow the whistle. For 2 weeks, I schmoozed, explored, and prowled around the Sunset Strip, slowly working my way into inner circles. Each night I felt my dream getting closer, more real. The glittering celebrity world was opening its doors to me, beckoning me inside. Until 2 weeks later, on 8th of October, it happened. Oh no, what happened? I'd gone to a club, but not just any club. One that hosted the darker side of LA nightlife. I wasn't disappointed. Eerily beautiful people everywhere, swathed in black, slow hypnotic music, the rattling of dancers in cages. Something felt different about this place. It wasn't just another club. It felt more like another world. Oppressive, seductive, terrifying. To calm my nerves, I approached the bar to order my favorite drink. Something... oh, I don't know. Gotta be honest, I actually don't drink, so... do they have, like, soda option? Let's go sweet, light, and rich. That's the closest to Pepsi or Coca-Cola I can get. It was delicious, but I didn't get more than a few seconds to enjoy the taste. When I looked up, someone down the bar was staring at me intently. A tall, dark-haired man dressed in all black, his sharp cheekbones matched by an even sharper stare. He stalked closer, only stopping when our chests nearly touched each other. His arm curled around my waist with an obscene sort of confidence. Yeah, what a freaking creep. But as I stared down my own reflection in his dilated pupils, I realized I couldn't move. I was completely hypnotized by... I mean, I'm not hypnotized. I think he's a creep. Okay, beastly hunger in his... yeah, I mean, that sounds like I would be creeped out by him, right? The beastly hunger. Okay, not the reaction I was expecting. I shivered out of fright and excitement. There was something feral about the greedy look in his eyes, and I felt like prey before a predator. It was more thrilling than I wanted it to be. We left the bar and walked hand in hand towards the filthy hall with its filthy bathrooms. Wild moans and the wheezing of people who'd sniffed too many drugs leaked from under the doors, along with weak fluorescent lights. But I didn't have time to appreciate the cinematic moment. The man grabbed my hair and pushed me against the wall, which was full of posters for bands no one cared about. I'm going to change your life forever, but you'll never learn my name, he whispered. How does that make you feel? I mean, technically I did come here to change, but that guy sounds like crazy. Like, if I met him in real life, I'd be calling the cops. Already? Well, in that case. As those low words rumbled in his throat, he smiled, and two long, cruel fangs glimmered between his lips. Fangs. No, they can't be real, and yet for some horrible reason I knew they were. In that moment, I suddenly felt freaking terrified. My instincts screamed at me, alarms ringing in my ears. How had he lured me in? Why couldn't I escape? I thrashed in his arms, opening my mouth to scream. Okay, so this is another cool thing about the game. Sorry, just to interrupt the moment. The way you customize your character shows up in CG. So you can see the blue hair, the green eyes, red lips, which I think is really cool. Until I felt the bite. An agonizing pain ripped through me, searing into my neck, spreading through my whole body. I couldn't make a sound. I couldn't do anything except stand still, just like a deer in headlights. But slowly the pain started to melt away. Warm, euphoric tingles bubbled through my neck and down my spine. I let out a heated moan before I could stop it, but the sound just blended into the murky background of music and laughter. It was better than anything. Better than sex, better than drugs, better than cash or love or fame. And yet it felt like all of those things rolled up into one sensation. His icy hands and icy lips pulled me down into this incredible pleasure until my body couldn't take it anymore. The blood draining from my veins, my breathing slowing down, my heart finally stopping. I realized what was happening, but was too drowned in pure, mindless bliss to even care. I was dying. Was I dead? Drink. Something pressed against my lips. A metallic liquid dripped down my throat, sending a jolt through my body. I should have been dead, but I wasn't. Instead, I was half awake, half dreaming. In the middle of the surreal moment, I felt strangely... Oh, okay. Enlightened, radiant, or powerful. I don't know. I'm kind of torn between enlightened and powerful. Let me think. Maybe like powerful? I mean, you get the feeling you conquered death in a way. Nothing could stop me. I was dangerously, impossibly strong. I could destroy the whole world, and a part of me wanted to. But before I could process that strange feeling, the club suddenly vanished and everything went dark. So I think those questions are kind of like, they show you what vampire house you get into later in the game. Okay, so the next thing I knew, I was on the sidewalk outside the club. Had I blacked out? What the hell was happening? I couldn't remember walking here or even drinking enough to pass out. But I did remember that strange man. What he said to me. The bite. The bite? Did that mean... No, what a stupid thing to think. That must have just been a weird hallucination, brought on by the flashing lights and pounding music. It served me right for going to such a seedy club, honestly. I stumbled through the streets, fighting the urge to stop and vomit. I could feel my skin growing cold. Seriously, what a twat. Like, bites you and then leaves you just to head on home by yourself. And my mouth was dry and I didn't need to breathe. But at the same... Oh, I missed that. Sorry. Something. I double clicked. So I could smell a discarded cigarette a block away, make out the fine print on a distant poster, hear the lewd whisperings of a couple down the street. I felt like a wild animal thrown into the middle of a freeway. No, none of this was possible. There had to be some other explanation. Vampires didn't exist. But if they didn't exist, then what was I becoming? By the time I rounded the corner to an alleyway, I was ready to slump down and curl up until I figured out what the hell was going on. But as soon as the alley came into view, I saw someone standing there, watching me. Not just watching, it was like he was waiting for me. He took a deep breath, tilting his head back. You smell fresh. Oh, look at his eyes glowing like under the sunnies. I can almost hear water dripping back into the baptismal font. What? Okay. The man's deep voice was accented with an aristocratic southern drawl, each word slow and emphatic. This guy reminds me, is it? Oh, what was the guy's name in Interview with a Vampire? Wasn't he like from the south? And I can't remember what hair color he had. It wasn't Lestrade, was it? Or was it someone else? Was it Lestrade? No, not Lestrade. What am I talking about? Sorry, give me a second. I'm Googling. It was Louis or Louis. I'm not quite sure. I haven't watched the movie. I read the book. Yes, so it was Louis/Louis, who was the main vampire, I believe. Or maybe it was... No, I take it all back. Sorry, it was Lestat. Gosh, sorry, didn't trust IMDb. So, gosh, this guy reminds me of, Lestat. Why was I saying Lestrade? I've clearly been watching too much Sherlock Holmes. So yeah, Lestat. But Louis was the guy who owned the house on the south, and then I'm just rambling. Don't worry, if you haven't read the book, it's pretty good. Don't read any of the other books. They kind of slowly decrease in quality, but Interview with the Vampire is very good. Back to this other vampire story. Okay, yep. His manner of speech reminded me of a preacher, melodic and a little theatrical. But almost instantly I sensed that something about him was different, wrong somehow. Are you like me? Dead, you mean? Yes, sister, I am dead. In any other sense, though, I'd be mighty doubtful. A knowing smile stretched over his lips, and he adjusted his sunglasses smugly. Now, as for introductions, I am the Grandmaster who plays blindfolded. The cut on your hand you don't remember getting. That scratched out face on the yearbook photo. They call me Marcus, and I'm happy to join you for the best and worst night of your existence. After tipping an imaginary hat to me, he flashed a wide grin, and I glimpsed 2 white fangs shining in the light. No need to mention your own name, Steph. So don't worry, I know exactly who you are. And now you're one of us, a night stalker, a bloodsucker, an overblown myth hiding a horrible monster. You're a vampire, sister. Welcome to the Valley of Death. I mean, I don't know what my reaction would be. I mean, I'd want to choose the third one, but it's hard. Yeah, let's go with this one. The truth's a rare, valuable commodity, so I don't blame you for doubting what I say. How about this? Put your hand over your heart and tell me if it beats. There you go. Isn't that strange? If I could pull a prank like this, I do believe I'd pull it on Madonna or the president, not on you. No offense, of course. My brain didn't feel like it could process what Marcus was saying. Everything made sense, but at the same time, it all just seemed too insane to be real. As if he could sense my confusion, Marcus let out a patient sigh. Considering you still... I don't think I'm going to be able to get, read out that way of speaking properly. Sorry, everyone. Considering you still looked bemused, let me try to put the facts on this situation in simpler terms. You just turned into a different kind of parasite, sister, an honest one. Money, sex, favors, you won't have to suck those out of human folk anymore. They'll simply fall into your lap. Just blood is all you need now. Doesn't that make you feel relieved? Not quite. Marcus suddenly paused, taking a deep, long sniff of the air. A few moments later, he leaned in a little closer, this time sniffing close to my neck. Yeah, get the hell away from me. Heh heh. A little on edge, aren't we? Oh my, isn't that Mava blood I sense? I think you're in for a fun time, sister. So that must be the house I've been sorted in, too. I wonder what they're like. The light in your eyes reminds me of arson, angry and wild. You're burning up, but your humanity's still trapped inside. Oh, but that's normal for your house, so don't let it bother you too much. I think maybe I've gone into the violent house. Okay, he winked at me, grinning like we'd shared some priceless inside joke, except I didn't get the punchline. What do you mean? Indeed, you'll learn plenty about them soon enough. Expertise is the father of learning and all that. For now, you should at least know this. You were bitten by a Mava or Maver? Anyway, a Maver or Mava. Mava. I'm going to stick to Mava. Mava vampire, which means your blood has taken on those qualities and you're part of the house. You have my sincere apologies. His lips curled in a slow, insidious smirk that suggested his apologies were anything but sincere. Was anything he said to me sincere, though? Did he actually know what was happening to me, or was he just some crazy druggie on the street? With my mind reeling like this, I couldn't decide which situation was more plausible. Alright, I think that's enough. Before you get into any trouble, there is someone you need to meet. Come on now, follow your shepherd back to the pen, another one of Lucifer's good little lambs. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere with you. I am mighty sorry, sister, but I just can't let you walk away. Before I had a chance to offer a reply, Marcus grabbed my shoulders, pulling me forcefully towards the street. Yeah, where are you taking me? My cry was met with only silence, which just worried me more. When we reached the street when we reached the street a few moments later, I noticed a black sedan parked in front of us. It hadn't been there when I walked by earlier. Don't worry, my dear, we wouldn't dream of making you ride in anything but luxury. His voice drawled wickedly in my ear, soft and sadistic. That's real comforting. Why, any time? Without further ceremony, Marcus shoved me inside the sedan, squeezing in behind me. The second he closed the door, the shadowy driver started up the car and we sped off down the road at an alarmingly fast pace. I was too disorientated to try and figure out our destination from the landmarks passing by, but that didn't keep a sickening sense of anticipation from building in my gut. If there are any questions burning in your mind, now might be the time to ask. Marcus murmured to me from the other seat, his eyes glowing faintly behind their dark lenses. I can't promise you much, let alone the answers, but I figure you deserve some semblance of a welcome. Let it never be said that I am not a gentleman. Let's say, why was I turned into a vampire? You'll have to ask my employer that, I'm afraid. I was probably told the details, but everything in my head sometimes blurs together into one big screaming mess. Okay, is every vampire completely nuts? Sanity, I think you'll find, is a very subjective thing. That aside, no, every vampire is quite different. My kind is only one house out of 3. Were you waiting for me? I was indeed. Consider me the bouncer to the internal party in hell. Right, that's enough for now. As you say, sister. We rode for a short while longer, and in the silence that followed, my mind felt blank. I was slowly coming to terms with what had happened, even though the rational part of me refused to accept it. Wherever Marcus was taking me, I could only hope that I'd finally learn the truth behind everything and maybe get a chance to reverse all of this. Hey, that seems like a pretty good place to stop. I'll just save as I talk. So yeah, it's been pretty interesting so far. I'm not quite sure how long this demo goes for. So this might be 2 parts or 3 parts of the Let's Play. I hope you guys are enjoyed this video. Yeah, let me know in the comments what house you got sorted into if you're playing along. And I will see you next week. I think my Uda pre-pull will be coming out on the Wednesday. So maybe part 2 of this will be coming out Saturday or Sunday next week. Anyway, see you then. Have a lovely week and bye-bye.